Hi, this is Dan Caron with MemberMouse, and I'm very, very excited to be on the call today with Kirk Duplessis of OptionAlpha.com. That's OptionAlpha.com. So today we're going to be critiquing Kirk's site and learning more about what it is that he does and how we can grow his membership site. So Kirk, glad to have you on the call.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. And love to be here. And thanks for taking the opportunity. And before we even begin, I just wanted to give you guys at MemberMouse an unsolicited, non-paid endorsement. It is honestly by far one of the best investments I've made because it has helped me. I think my business has gone up almost like 10x using like the one-click upsells and stuff like that. So it's been an awesome tool, and I'm not getting paid to say that at all.
That's great. Thanks, Kirk. Listen, let's get started. Tell everyone a little bit about your business and how you got started in this investing market and how you got into the membership site space.
Yeah, so it was about 8 years ago that I actually started my site, and I started it because I used to work on Wall Street and I did a rotation as a trader, and so I've always been involved in options trading, which is mainly my business is options trading and education. And so I started the website, and it was more along the lines of a blog, just my daily comments, things like that. And then over time, people started asking me, hey, if you publish a newsletter or publish your tips or video tutorials, can you send them to me? And so that quickly grew into a membership site, but really until about 2014, by about January 2014, I really never took it too serious. I mean, to be honest, it was a hobby. I love doing it. I'm very involved in it, but I never took it to the next level. I never really invested the time into the software and to the technology and to really building it out. So at the point that we're at now, we've grown the business substantially. We've got over, I think, 14,000 people on our newsletter and news list and email list. And currently our members are sitting right around 5,900 members. And we're definitely in the 5-figure a month membership level at this point. So it's been a huge ride. And, now my goal is obviously to continue to scale this thing up and grow it, even more so than it already is.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. Congratulations on your success. It takes a lot of work to get to where you're at, so I'm glad that MemberMouse could be a part of that. And your site, I'm just scrolling through it here. It looks fantastic to start with. Why don't you tell me a little bit about how you've achieved your current level of traction? You're doing tens of thousands of dollars a month, and tell me a little bit about how you created that momentum and created that revenue, because I think that's a good place for us to start as we look for different ways to grow your business.
So it's a good question. So I'm always a tweaker. I think that's, my wife would tell me like I keep messing with things even if I don't think that they're broken. And so I really started kind of again in like January 2014 or so. And the whole model that we're going off of right now is really driven on getting people to sign up for a free membership first. Now, this wasn't always the case. It was the case before that we had a lot of content like through our blog and through other pages that were, just publicly available and people could find them online, search engines and things like that. And then the hope was that they would sign up for a membership, which was paid. And we kind of, tested the trial thing, 7-day trial, 30-day trial, money back guarantee, not money back guarantee. Nothing really, swung the meter one way or another for us. And so back in 2014, we said, let's open everything up, to a free membership, but you have to register to get content that's in there. Now, we still have the blog and the podcast, which drives a lot of our traffic. But everything else, our video tutorials, our courses, our downloads are behind this kind of free membership wall. And all we really require is just a name and an email address. But we wanted to get that to get them more interested. And so from there, that's where we're driving a lot of the membership is through that. And then kind of the goal from there is to get them to upgrade to, other levels and protected areas that they can unlock, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. So when you're getting somebody to sign up for free, how are they primarily enrolling in that? Is that from, if I go to Option Alpha, I can see there's the free access button.
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways that we're doing it. And this might help out too. And this is why I'm actually really excited to get you on here just to critique it. So my kind of thought about this is, I want to have many ways that they can get to the same areas. Now, obviously the homepage should be a quick way that they can get, right there, like the free access button. There's the login button at the top right, kind of all the same call to action colors that we're using in orange.
Yep.
Other pages that we have, so like if you go to the blog page, for example, any of our posts or podcasts, within those posts and podcasts, we just have like little feature areas where they can download an extra, kind of mini guide, like a, quick 7-page guide or 10-page guide. So we do have a lot of people that come in through those, avenues because they want to get to know us a little bit better, and they go through the blog and they read stuff, and then they can download that guide that's like kind of highlighted as a bonus download or a feature download. So right now, my strategy is I'm trying to drive, and now honestly, I don't even know where I'm trying to drive traffic, because I want to drive traffic somewhere, whether it's, do I drive it to the homepage? Do I drive it to individual blog posts and then people sign up once they get comfortable? So right now, we don't drive traffic anywhere. We just find that it comes in from all of these different avenues that we've created. And I think, kind of Pat Flynn said it the best. I was at his One Day BB last year, and he said, you got to, 10x the number of ways that people can sign up for your website. It can't just be through one page. It's got to be every page has to have a portal to get into the membership area.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So tell me a little bit about when I sign up for free. I mean, if I do this, I'm at your opt-in.
Perfect. I was going to say, 'cause you might want to turn down your speakers, because you're going to get a you're going to go right to the first upsell page.
Okay. Almost there. Just complete your free membership profile. Enroll today for your free Option Alpha membership. You'll get instance, good old typo, instance access to all the training courses, so you can start learning right away. See you on the inside. And then I see testimonials. Note once you register. Okay. I'm going to get your autoplay video. Success, you're in, but before you continue, please watch this video.
Hey there,
so
thanks
yeah,
again
so
so
that
much for
video.
signing up. But before you continue
So
any
my goal
further,
in doing
there's
that
something-
was to, unless you wanted to jump in here. So the goal in doing that was that obviously, if we're giving away a lot of free memberships, right? We've got thousands, hundreds of people who might sign up in a week or a month or whatever. I wanted to get some sort of revenue, generating from those free memberships.
Mm-hmm.
And so we do a very small, product. It's $27. And we usually cover the cost of all of the free members that sign up, meaning that we're making about $1.50 to $2 per free member that signs up on average.
Okay.
And then for me, that kind of my thought process is later, and I might be skipping ahead here, but my thought process has been this whole time is that if I know my, the cost of acquisition for those free members, then it will be easier for me to do paid advertising, because I know each free member is worth, $1.50 to $2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you want to know those numbers cold. Okay, so you're pitching something in this video. What are you selling for a product?
So it's just a one-page download. It's our watch list that we use. So it's the stocks and options that we trade that have the most liquidity, that we've kind of pre-screened for liquidity. And like I said, everyone has an opportunity to get it. We sell it for a higher price inside of the membership area, but we offer it for a huge discount in this kind of pre-sale video.
Okay. So after this, if there's probably an add to cart button that pops up?
Yeah, there's a one of those upsell buttons that pops up. It's a MemberMouse button, and then there's a link that says take you to the membership area. So if you want to just go to optionalpha.com/members, that will take you directly to the membership area now that you're logged in.
All right, that's where I'm headed. Okay, I'm on the dashboard. Hello, right. Dan, welcome. Just think, you're one step closer to learning how options can help you generate consistent income year after year by building your own options trading system. Free membership dashboard, getting started, courses, strategy guide, sample alerts, PDF checklist, case studies, Answer Vault podcast. Premium membership required, trading alerts.
So this is really cool because this is something that, and I was working with Eric over at MemberMouse. He's probably like, he probably knows me now because I send you guys emails so much just asking about all these little tweaks. But
sure.
I've got all of these little, and it's been amazing to be able to do this because I've got, and just like when I set up this page, there's so many different versions of this page all in here, but it's all based on what membership level someone's at right now. So like if they do upgrade, then the page changes a little bit because now they have a premium membership. So now that kind of premium membership required section, becomes unblue and it's unlocked. And that's kind of the whole theme, is to like unlock these different sections.
Yep. No, that's great. The smart tags are very powerful. So I'm glad you're taking advantage of that. I'm clicking on some of the premium content and I'm seeing the
error page.
Yeah, the free versus premium. Learn more here. Only premium members can access this content. Join now. Learn more here.
Right. So that then finally takes them to the join the premium membership page, which is kind of our sales page for the premium membership.
Mm-hmm. Premium membership benefits. Trading alerts. Premium guides, what premium members are saying. Going through some quotes, some testimonials. See Tony's story.
Hi everyone, just giving you a quick review of Option Alpha for Kirk. I love the SMS trading alerts that come directly to my phone. They're easy to read and take action on. The platform is simple and easy to navigate, which makes it great for a guy like me. And the video updates help me understand why Kirk made the trade or not.
Hello, my name's Jack and I'm from London. I'm very happy to help Kirk with a review of my option.
Are you just going through the videos? I can't see what's happening on your end.
Yeah, I'm going through Jack's testimonial.
The platform continues to improve and the video...
Yeah, he's from overseas.
Even as a guy who has traded before in the past, this year when Kirk added the SMS alerts, I was really excited to see how I could get trade alerts right on my...
Okay, don't fight the market. Beat it, making smarter option trades. Okay, monthly pass, lifetime pass. How much money do I need to get started? FAQs. Okay, so I see those buttons down there. Premium. Monthly pass. On your checkout page looks good. Okay, so now I'm going to back up a little bit. So your Join Premium page, this is where you actually sell. This is where you convert somebody from free to paid, right? This is your moneymaker.
Right.
Follow our trades and learn how to earn consistent, reliable income. Upgrading to premiums for serious traders who want detailed option alerts and trading plans from a successful industry veteran. Want to see inside? Take a quick tour.
Hey there, this is Kirk here again.
I won't go through the whole video, but I just want to get a flavor.
Option Alpha in this video. In particular, I want to walk you through what you would get as a premium member if you do decide to upgrade, and followers and fans online, and a #1 rated podcast of like-minded access to our current portfolio PDF, which is up, but you're going to get why we're doing it. makes it very easily over time we're already familiar with, and immediately upon upgrade Apple and a closing trade in XOP, and it's just loading up. Everything is in here that you can now access. Direct account on Thinkorswim, and it's got all of the different trades that's broken down here in this box. So things like your IV percentile guide, you can go through. These things, the case may be, we've got really important strategies. For me, you can go ahead and schedule a value for people unique, and you might need someone to be there to.
Okay, great. So if I back up a little bit. So it sounds to me like you've had a lot of success with this free to paid approach. For some people it works, for other people it doesn't work. But it sounds like you're getting people signing up, they're creating free accounts, and a certain percentage of them are converting to paid members.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about how is that working for you? Are you happy with that approach? Do you want to keep that approach, or do you feel like it's not performing as well as it could?
I mean, I think my general nature is that it always could perform better than what it is. I think one of the things that I kind of took away from this before, actually watching your video that you did with the guy from the Gorilla, whatever the Gorilla website was.
Gorilla, yep.
Yeah, when you were talking about paid advertising and just sending them directly to the sales page, I think that overall it's working better. I mean, as a general comparable to what we did before, which was you had to pay first to get access. I think the concept of giving them a little bit of access to stuff and kind of training along the way gets them a little bit more engaged. But what I am finding is that people are just staying on as free members, which I want to convert them, more quickly than what they're doing right now. So I definitely want to increase, either how quickly they convert or just direct signups, which I think would be really cool. But I honestly don't know if it's possible or what tweaks I need to make to do that.
Okay, so let me ask you this: what do you think people? What do you think the big hooks are? What are people paying for? It sounds like these SMS text alerts. It sounds like that is something that's compelling to people. Break it down in terms of. It sounds like you have several different educational products. It sounds like you have some, I guess, trading type products like the text alerts. What are the things that people really find value from?
So when I kind of drew it out and kind of laid it out, and me and my wife were sitting here kind of talking about, kind of the framework of this, and she's really kind of, I guess, the brains behind this portion of it, the architect here, is that, she said there's things that people need to learn to get up to speed, and that's kind of the historical side of the business. So things that are completely free are all of our video trainings, a couple of our PDF, guides that kind of help you get through. That's all free. The stuff that people really want is stuff that happens right now. So day-to-day trading alerts, that's a huge thing. That's always been a huge thing, is they want to know, okay, I've learned in the free section how to trade. Now I need to see what you're trading today. What's the thing that's moving today that could be beneficial for me? So the trading alerts are really helpful. What we do, which nobody else does and has never done, is we do literally every single night, we publish a nightly video that goes over our trades. So in addition to giving you the trades for the day, we also give you a video that day that says, okay, here's why we made this trade. Here's the setup, the whole deal. And so we wanted to add those two aspects in. And then what we also threw in there on top, just to kind of, buffer it a little bit, is monthly training, weekly strategy calls, monthly Q&A calls. Things that are not necessarily just blinders on, focused on today's session, but kind of high level training that's more in depth than just our quick 5 or 10 minute video tutorials. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I think people really pay for kind of this access. They get content free, but then if they want more, actionable, live, current access and information, then that's what they pay for.
Yeah. So it sounds to me like, if I were to take a stab here, it sounds to me like you're teaching people the basics of options trading, and then as a premium product, you're selling them kind of the live day-to-day nitty-gritty of the trades you're making, plus giving them alerts so that they can head off maybe some potentially profitable trades. Is that about
Yeah.
sum it up?
Yep.
So when people come to your site, and you said they come to your site through blog posts and podcast content,
Right.
do you feel like these are I imagine most of them are beginners. I mean, from the little that I know about options, right, you can create hedges, which are more favorable in terms of risk than maybe just straight equities trades. Is that about?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that, honestly, when I kind of, over the last couple of years, I find that there's actually two major groups of people who are here. I find that there's people who are complete beginners, and have never made a trade before in their life, but they want to. And then there's also a very large group that is the very experienced, very veteran, older crowd, 50 plus, investor who has traded stocks forever, has traded options before, but just never found success trading options.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is almost like two different crowds here, in which has been hard to kind of manage both expectations. But actually, yeah, it seems like there's two very distinct crowds. There really isn't anybody in between. It's either they're brand new or they're very experienced and they want super, super fine details.
Yeah. Okay. So what I would say is that you're giving away this really great free education, but it needs to feel a bit more concrete, I think. When I land on Option Alpha, I see trading options is complicated. Option Alpha makes it easy, and then you kind of go
So
over
you'd rather spend your time at
this quick start video. I can
Right.
get instant access. Enroll today for your free Option Alpha membership. And then I'm on the module page. Oh, this is nice. Last year, 12,000 people from 37 countries. Oh, that's a really great. So, if I were you, what I would probably do is I would make this feel a bit more concrete. And this is really something that's taken me a long time to learn how to do well, but it's probably one of the most powerful things that you can spend your time doing. Is you have these free membership bullet points with these great graphics. The video courses, strategy guide, case studies, PDF checklist, answer vault, legendary support. Free membership, and then you have some testimonials. How does it work? Register, create my free account. Why don't you create some sort of graphic that sells the free membership but gives it some sort of concrete dimensionality? And it could be a badge, or if you think of like Code Academy.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we go to Code,
Yeah, they have all the little places that you can unlock your little badges and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think. Wow, there are new home pages.
They change it every day.
Yeah. It's
Well, like Treehouse. Treehouse is
yeah.
one.
Let's go to try Treehouse.
And I learned all this because I have to learn how to code by myself.
Yeah, sure. It's Team Treehouse, right?
Yeah.
So if we go to Team Treehouse, see at the very bottom of their page they have the basic plan and it's kind of encapsulated in a white div, and then it has the green sign up button. I want your site to have that feeling where it's not, I don't want it to feel like an email opt-in. I want it to feel like I am joining a course. Actually, I don't think these are good examples. But if you think about it, right, I come to Option Alpha and I want to learn how to trade. What I want to see is I want to see a free course that, like I want this to feel concrete, is what I'm saying. It doesn't feel concrete enough to me. So,
what do you mean by concrete? So I'm just having a tough time with the concrete.
Yeah, what
aspect.
I mean by concrete is visual. We're very, very visual. And when I land on Option Alpha, I think you should have, I'll show you how to consistently make smarter, more profitable options trades. Then your profile, that's good. Free membership resources. So what I would probably do is I would take a screenshot of your dashboard. Okay, and when
You're saying put in like a iMac mock-up or something like that.
Yeah, and exactly. So that when I land, when I land on that page, I see an iMac, and I see your dashboard or your. I'm looking at. I'm at the dashboard. I see the video courses, the sample trade alert, fast track guide, WROI.
Right.
Calculating returns. Like I see all this content that I can get access to. I would put that.
So one question. So if you don't mind, can you go to optionalpha.com/tour? Because I did. Now this tour page is old. I haven't used it for like months and months and months.
Oh yeah.
But I did have that kind of concept, and I just want to see if I'm kind of following you on the same type of, like say what you were trying to say, because I did have kind of a mini version of maybe what you're saying on the tour page. Maybe
this is great. This is much more visual, and it gives me the sense that this is a course, or this is something that I can purchase or join. Did you test this page?
So this was not the old homepage, but this was like one of the main pages that people would go to. But so in this particular page, they would go to, like you can see the old links are like start my 7-day free trial. So maybe I think I might, try to replicate it, because I've changed the membership since then. It's not as archaic as this looks, but I might try to replicate it and try to do, I guess, what you're saying, but then with the free sign up button to get more people to sign up.
Yeah, because if I landed on this page and this was configured towards your free membership, and it looked like I was going to get the greatest options trading course for free, think about the likelihood of somebody signing up. It's going to be really high.
Right. So you're saying make it longer too. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I would take this page, this tour page, and I would gear this towards your free sign up, because it sounds to me like you're converting people from free to paid, but when I land on optionalpha.com.
So here's my question, and this is a question that I've always struggled with, and just get your advice on it. I've always struggled with the question of having a very long homepage or a fairly short homepage that then would lead to this kind of tour page, like sign up now or take the tour, right? And like in most cases, they're going to take the tour, right? Like they're going to usually take the tour, but then it can give them a longer, more in-depth, step-by-step, process-by-process look.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the way I should go about it, or is the better way to have that homepage be very long?
In my experience, I would make the homepage be long. And here's why. Because if you have to rely on somebody clicking take the tour, you're only going to have, maybe 10% of people actually click it. It could be higher, it could be 30% or lower, 5%, but you're really going to shave off a large majority of people who, for whatever reason, from a statistical perspective, are just not going to click the button.
Good.
Anytime that you have a button that somebody has to click, again, you're only going to get a fraction of people actually clicking it. So you really have to deliver a lot of your punch and your hooks and your marketing message up front. So I don't like to bury that stuff. I don't like to put tours too far away. I was just on another MemberMouse Academy call, and they had all sorts of fantastic sales material. It was 2 or 3 clicks away.
Right.
It was actually a cinematographer who was, a DP on Terminator Salvation and these fantastic, huge movies, and they were selling, a cinematography course, and they had the same thing, very, very compelling stuff, but a few clicks away, and you cannot rely on people clicking that button, and really, there's no people are afraid of long scrolling pages, but think about Facebook. I mean, people scroll for days and hours and weeks on Facebook.
Right.
It's a user interface experience that we've come to, we're used to scrolling. It's really not a big deal. In fact, I think people will scroll. It's a much easier, you're kind of just, that's just the momentum of your hand as you're scrolling. But clicking, you kind of have to shift gears. So I would say deliver as much value as you can in one long page, and we do it on MemberMouse all day long.
Right.
And we have great conversion rates. It's really just about, your hero section is very, very important. And I think your hero section, it looks good. Your site looks great. Your call to action buttons are nice and bright. Your fonts are fantastic. Your graphic design is great. So you're doing a lot of things right, and it's tough for me to critique. However, to get to the next level in your marketing, you really have to start thinking about product images and product shots. And I say that as kind of a knowing that you sell a membership, right? And you think, well, it's not a product, it's not a widget.
Right.
But you have to find a way to widgetize what you're offering, so that we can kind of quickly, as human beings who are used to seeing the world in 3 dimensions, can conceptualize the value that you're presenting. And that's where I think badges and kind of coarse tiles, tiles as a UI interface element are very popular. And you kind of start to do some of that tile stuff on your dashboard, and maybe on your tour page.
Okay.
So I would start to use more tiles. And
so tiles meaning like the little icons like that I have already type thing, or?
If I go to dashboard, right.
And by the way, I was going to send you a link inside there because I have been thinking about, I'll send it to you in Skype real quick. I have been thinking about, I do like the, kind of theme that I've developed and all that stuff, but I have been thinking about changing the hero section on the homepage to have more of a picture background type of a thing versus just a image and graphic.
Yep. Yes, and you're on the right track. What you want to do.
And I just sent you one that I would.
Yeah, no, I just took a look at that. I think that's great. I'm not sure if that's the best screenshot. It sort of looks like a subway to me, and it's a little confusing. It's a little intimidating, right? I guess I can see it's an options trade, but still, I would make it even simpler to understand. Like
so like one that I've always like thought about, and I think they took it down from Treehouse, but Treehouse used to have one of like just a girl on her computer. Like It was just, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember
Okay.
that. I
So would it
think
be more along the lines of that versus like showing the product in a, computer or
yeah.
tablet or something?
Yes, yes, yes. You want to make it feel. You want to like as you move towards a bigger company and a more professional image, you're going to start to inject more real world feel. So you might have a nice high resolution professional photo of you at your trade station,
Right.
right? And then your name and your title and your experience. I mean, you were an investment banker, and you wanna dimensionalize your service and your website in a way that brings it to life and breathes life into your offering. And a lot of that has to do with professional photography.
Sure.
It has to do with pictures of you and of your members. I mean, one of the things that I've been saying on almost every MemberMouse Academy call are the
Yeah.
testimonials.
Yeah.
Make
Down
the
at the bottom.
testimonials, you know, bigger. Make those. Try to get professional photos from people if you can, and really dimensionalize the people in a way that gives a sense of reality. That's kind of a trend in 2015 is moving away from stock photography, because stock photography doesn't help your cause. So you want to try, and I'm on your tour page, and to get back to the tile thing, you kind of have these nice graphic tiles, 3 webinar recordings, 10 advanced trainings, ultimate strategy guide.
Right.
So you're on the right track, but this stuff is still a little generic, right? It's the graphics are simple. I mean, they're flat, they're trendy, but they're not. It's not making me feel like Option Alpha is. It still has a little bit of an amateur feel, and
Okay.
I say that with love, because
Hey, you pour all the love or hate on me all you want. I'll take it all. It doesn't matter.
I mean, your site is great. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. So what I'm trying to say when I critique this stuff is that I'm trying to move you from being a very good, close to great marketer to a true professional marketer. And,
Sure.
and it really comes down to the details in terms of the imagery that you use, right? And dimensionalizing the product in a way that makes it feel more real and more tangible.
Gotcha.
And a lot of that, like I said, is high quality photography and really good graphic design.
So can I ask you a question then on that too?
Yeah.
So maybe 2 questions, like on the actual like dashboard. So like once they get, or I'll save that question after this. So I understand that, and I think that's a great point about, getting more. I think what you had said that really resonated with me was tangible, like making they feel like they, can touch it, feel it,
Yep.
taste it. So my question is, with the tile thing, do you have another example I could look at of like what looks like a good like kind of tile type thing, or maybe you send it to me later or something? But I'm just having a hard time understanding that tile aspect of it with all the stuff.
Sure. So when I look at your dashboard, I see a few of the different tiles here: video courses, sample trade alert, fast
Gotcha.
track guide.
Yeah.
Those are tiles
Right.
in my mind. And what's great about them is it's a kind of a concept. You have a picture, and you have a headline, and you have a little subhead. And what I want to see on your homepage when I say tile is I want to get the feeling that it's a course. So if we think of some different course sites, like Udemy, okay? Go to udemy.com.
Yep.
What do you want to learn today? I'm going to put in investing. So when I hit investing, okay, so I can see these different tiles, and I can see the course ratings. If I click on one, let's just take Investing 101.
Okay.
Investing 101, make money online by investing in stocks. So see how when I land on this Udemy page, it says take this course, there's a price point, it says lectures 47, video 3 hours, skills all level, and then it kind of has a table of contents. And I guess there's a video here.
So, and I get maybe what I'm hearing is that maybe even my membership side is maybe too broken out into too many clicks.
Yeah, I think you're spreading the site out laterally quite a bit, and I think you could make it a little more vertical by having a page that introduces your free. Part of it is a title, right? You call it free access.
Mm-hmm.
How do we make that? How do we dimensionalize that? Why don't you call it something like, introduct. Trying to think of some good copy here. The option alpha.
Start the first course or something.
Yeah, but make it sound like a product, like I'm getting something for free, like because calling it a free membership, right? That's kind of selling it short, right? I mean, you've packed all of this great knowledge into this free membership, and you kind of just call it Option Alpha membership. It's free. But why don't you give it some flair? Call it like the Option Alpha Bootcamp or the Option Alpha Academy, Advanced Introduction to Options, or the let's dig into your background a little bit. I mean, were you trading options when you were in New York?
Yeah, so I was in M&A, but I also did trade high yield junk debt. So it was like crappy junk debt, but it was the same kind of concept of trading options, and the same mechanics, just with a different product.
Okay, so I mean that's always a kind of a successful place to start from, right? Is your background and your education. So you could call it the the Wall Street Guide to introductory program or course, or I just want to dimensionalize what you're giving away for free, because it's so good, it's so great, and I just think that if you had a product name for the membership level instead of just calling it a free membership, I just think that it would increase the perceived value, and that's really what I'm trying to do here.
Right.
Is increase the perceived value of the free membership so that you get more people signing up. But I think you get what I'm saying. I'm probably just spinning my wheels at this point. But tell me a little bit about how you're moving people from free to paid, because that's always a struggle for people. And it sounds like you're doing it successfully in a way, but there's always things you can do to improve.
So, and I will tell you quickly about that, but just a quick question, if you don't mind. So, like on the actual dashboard, I guess the membership dashboard, you're saying to have it kind of a lot more, I guess, scrolly, maybe like Udemy a little bit, as far as like different modules that they can click through, which I felt like I had, but maybe it is too simple and too compact. It needs to be a little bit longer.
Well, if you're doing a lot of upselling on your dashboard, then yeah, absolutely. I think that
it's got to be longer. Yeah.
I mean, I'm on free-membership.
Mm-hmm. Which is just like the general membership.
Yep.
Like sign-in page.
Yeah, and I think what you could do, this is actually, I would integrate a lot of this content onto your homepage. At least the map,
right.
Last year 12,000 people, like that's great. That's a great graphic. And also the form, enroll today and join thousands of fellow option traders. I would stick this on the bottom of your homepage.
Gotcha.
Because you're asking people to create their free account, but
give them a place to do it.
Yeah, give them a place to do it. A call to action at the bottom. So then they'll be enroll today and join thousands of fellow option traders. That's great copy. The call to action's good. First name, last name, email, pass. That's
like the least viable. Yeah, like, okay, I gotcha. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, and then you don't have to rely on people clicking to see your form to sign up.
Right.
You know, you'll get a higher conversion right there.
Okay. And same thing here, right? It's just we're just making more images, making it a little bit more professional, maybe with a hero image or something.
Yep. Yeah, yeah. You think about it this way, right? You have an opportunity to convey a sense of realism, dimensionality, and professionalism with imagery, and to kind of have this little chart. I guess it's you know what's
Hey, I worked hard on that thing. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the graphic design is very clean and it's
Yeah.
appealing, but you're not really communicating to me the value, you know. And I think the other thing I would say, right, is what I mean, making money, right? That's what people want. They want to make money, and I think with options, it's probably this idea that it can be of a lower risk than straight equities. Is that accurate?
I mean, I think there's so many people. Everyone thinks it's a quick thing, but it's not. You know, I think that's the reality. Everyone thinks it's a quick buck, and it's not.
Right.
You know?
Right. So how do you take that message of authenticity, which is fantastic, because there are a lot of people in the investing world that try to sell the get rich quick thing, and you know, you're an honest guy, and you're not making that claim. You're saying, look, I'm going to teach you how to do this,
Right.
but you're not selling snake oil. So you know, that's another thing that you should probably talk about. I guess you probably do here in your preamble, but that's an important thing too, you know, because you don't really talk about that, and that's that from a sales objection perspective, that's going to be way up there. It's like, well, is this like some get rich quick thing, and
Right.
and you know, how come, like, you know, he's trying to sell me this stuff? You have to figure out a way to address that up front, and I would do that, and I would. You know, there's an old headline that's pretty famous called "Get Rich Slowly," and
Right.
it worked really well because the claim was kind of dialed down and it was much more believable. And I think you should probably talk a little bit about that in
Right.
some of your marketing. You know, because people do want. They wouldn't be trading options if they didn't want to make money. I mean,
Sure.
you know, I mean, I suppose there's some entertainment value. There's some
There's cowboys.
there's some
Don't worry.
gambling
There's
cowboy,
cowboys out there. Yep.
you know, type aspect to it. But I think primarily, right, it's about making money. So you have to address that a little bit. And you have to say, look, if you want to make consistent money, you know, you really need to learn from a professional who's done this on Wall Street, and not just some YouTube jockey, as I like to call them. So,
Right.
you know, I would highlight that and say, look, I've done this professionally. You're going to learn strategies that can help you produce a consistent income, or I'm not quite sure what the claims you can make, but, you know, you can say, I'm going to teach you everything I can to make sure that you are as successful as possible.
Right.
And I would find a way to address that too, because you're going to need to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, and I do feel like I do it, but I think it needs to be more, like you said, just a little bit earlier in the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. So you were asking about how I convert people. Is that the
Yeah,
question?
free to paid. I mean, I see you kind of do that on the dashboard. Is that are there other avenues?
Yeah. So like if you go to if you go to like the library, like the courses and stuff like that, and just click through like. And I just started doing this, but if you go to, I don't even know where you're at right now, so maybe I'll click.
I was on dashboard.
Okay, yeah. So if you just click on the video tutorials or e-courses.
Okay, so I'm looking at the video training courses page.
Right, yeah. So like if you click on like the beginner course, which I try to make this more of like a course, you know, like what you were saying, this like course type feel. So if you go to like, you know, the beginner page, and then you can just start the first lesson. All of these videos inside of this course have down at the bottom, they have like a little, MemberMouse decision box that says, hey, if you're not a member, then you can upgrade to a different level, try basic. And I'm just rotating through, like, we do have another version that's like a basic membership that's a little bit cheaper than the premium membership. And I'm just trying to figure out which one might, convert better or be a better offer at a different time. So, but do you see that blue box down below there?
I see. I'm on the beginner training course page. I see the start your first lesson, and then I see all the videos, but I don't see anything at the bottom.
Yeah, so once you click start your first lesson, once you go into the course, yeah. So I did try to give it like as much of a course type feel.
No, this is great. This is fantastic. It's all inside the members area, which is great. I mean, you want to deliver a high quality experience. But when I talked about that dimensionalizing that free membership, I would steal a little bit of what you're doing on the inside and put that on the outside a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay. So do you like this like kind of aspect of it with like the next lesson and the completion, bar and stuff like that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No, this is fantastic for the member. Let's see here. Get personal trades sent daily via email or SMS. Upgrade to basic membership. Okay. So this is one of your upsell offers. So next lesson. Then you have the upgrade button in the top right.
Right, yeah, that's always up there just to hopefully, keep some sort of ability to upgrade.
Yeah, for sure. Get my personal trades sent daily.
Right, so it'll be on every page of the lessons, of all of these different lessons, until they upgrade, and then it disappears.
Right. Join basic. Want to get daily trade alerts and nightly video review.
So this is a page that's basically the same as the other one, but we're just trying to test out two different offers here.
Yep. Gotcha. How is Join Basic doing?
Actually, Join Basic, because we don't. It has more people in it because it was our original one. So we are trying to go towards the premium kind of higher price point one. So it has more people in it, but I don't say that it converts better. It just has more people at this point.
Okay.
So yeah, we're not pushing it too hard, but I'm just trying to see, now that I have like the right tracking stuff in there with MemberMouse, trying to see which one's actually worth more long term.
Okay. Your checkout page looks really good. Again, I would try to make everything on one screen if you can.
Right.
Maybe nix the header, and maybe just try to compress everything. Like take the credit card logos and put them on the same line as billing details. And you can free up some vertical space. Put the phone number maybe on the same line as the credit card expiration. That'll free up some vertical space. Checkout page looks good. You're pretty close on that. Again, if you can make it one page, that's always better. I like this option alpha. I'm back on Join Basic at the bottom. Looking at last chance to join, the #1 ranked membership for options traders, and then you have this kind of this iPad with this little seal, this membership. That's kind of what I was saying about. It kind of gives me a little bit of dimensionality to the product, and then I'm purchasing it. But remember, I mean, the more appealing you can make that product shot, the better. And I learned from a guy who was selling, thousands of units a day, how important product shots really are.
So you're saying, like, instead of having flat icon, with the image and stuff like that, you're saying get a really good shot of the dashboard.
Exactly. And just make
something like the image that I sent you of like a, something along those lines of like the computer with the dashboard in the background, maybe.
That would be perfect. Think about that. Think about, I'm going back to that shot that you sent me. That's a great shot, taken with a nice DSLR camera. It looks really good. Now, make sure that that screenshot that's on that laptop just looks the best it can be, and shows Option Alpha, the dashboard, in a way that is very compelling. Maybe it has some of the tiles of the courses, or something that's maybe a little less technical than this bullish
Right.
Screenshot.
Right.
And then maybe have somebody actually sitting there, using it, so that it feels real, and it's like, oh wow, some people are using this platform to make real trading decisions, and anytime you can make it feel more real,
Right.
You're going to improve your conversion rate and just the overall appeal. Like you said, that treehouse shot with the girl was kind of saying, "Oh,
Well, yeah, I still remember it to this day. I mean,
exactly."
that's
See
the
what
thing.
I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You remember that, and
Right.
it felt real
Right.
to you, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That stuff goes a really, really long way to making to moving your marketing from good to great, and that's really the you have all the basics down. I mean, you're doing great. It's just that extra 10% of effort on really focusing on getting that stuff right. That's the difference between a great marketer and somebody who's just crushing it. And you're really close on that. So
Okay, gotcha.
that's
That
good
really
stuff.
helps.
Well, let's talk about paid advertising a little bit. It sounds like that's something that you wanted to explore.
Yeah, yeah. I think where I'm at now. Let me just I'm going to go in here and get the actual customer value. So, like I said, my free members at this point are worth to me about $1.50 to $1.50 the day that they sign up. So, because I have that upsell process that's right in there, I usually get them back. So, I mean, the more free members I can get, the better, because then it just pads everything else. Every other customer, I think the quick average for every other customer, kind of long term, is about $184 a customer.
Oh, that's great.
So that's including all the premium members or all the free members and things like that. So
Yeah.
To me, the difficult part is how to figure out how to spend my advertising. Do I go after the free signups knowing that I can convert a certain percentage, and if I can cover the cost of the free sign up, then I should be fine? Or do I go directly, as you had said to that guy the last time, do you go directly to the sales page for signing up for the trading alerts, and see if that converts? That way you don't have to go through the rest of the process.
So there's no easy answer, but what I would say is I think you can probably start with AdWords, and you can start going after probably some options, trading keywords, learn options, what are options, how do options work.
So the hard part about doing that, and honestly one of the reasons I haven't done advertising forever, is that those keywords are worth so much money to brokers that the cost is like sometimes $30 a click.
Oh wow.
I mean, it's just insane. Now, of course, I could target the longer tail versions of those, but those keywords are just like the ones that I would really be targeting are very, very expensive.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean,
so my thought was doing Facebook ads or Twitter ads or something else, and I could definitely look into doing all that. But I guess my questions on advertising are, what do I target? Like, am I targeting the free members, or am I targeting, paid members? What's kind of my benchmark to say, hey, this is worth it, ramp it up, and, spend a little bit more money?
Well, it all comes back to lifetime customer value. So if you have a blended global metric of what your lifetime customer value is. So you even on the free members, if you combine that $1 member with your $180 member, and there's probably a blend somewhere of, I don't know what it is, $20 to $40 per member.
Yeah, it's $26. Yeah.
Okay, it's $26. So that's your threshold, that you definitely don't want to exceed. So you want to be able to figure out, how do I acquire a free member for I would say half that. So that gives you about a $10 customer acquisition cost. So if you can get traffic to your website and get that sign up for $10 or less, you're going to make money.
I gotcha.
You're going to double your money on whatever you spend. So that's why I kind of spent a lot of time talking about, making your free sign up a little bit more concrete, because if you can improve that conversion rate there, when you go off to paid advertising, you'll be able to direct people through your free funnel because it's working for you, which is great, because that can be a real phenomenal business model if you can get that to scale. Not a lot of people can, but it seems like you have a good foundation. So I would try to improve the conversion rate on your free product, and just use that global number to make sure that you're well below that. And then you can go off and you can try Facebook, you can try AdWords, you can try Twitter, you can try
right. Try whatever works, I guess, at that point, right?
Yeah. One of the things that you might want to consider, right, is if you I'm not sure if you've tried this, but reaching out to some of the brokerage firms. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's worth a shot. You can connect with them on LinkedIn, the product managers, and and have your course potentially marketed through something like E-Trade. And I know that
Right.
sounds crazy.
No, it's a good idea. Yeah, no, it's a great idea.
But you might as well try to make some of those connections and see if that's something that they would be interested in, right? Because anytime they're having people trade more frequently, they're going to make more money. So,
Right.
I know that's a long shot.
No, it's a good idea. No, it's a great idea.
But but that's worth doing. So,
Yeah, that's a great idea.
and on the paid stuff, I would say don't be afraid to test stuff out. You'd be surprised at how much you can learn by just spending a few bucks here or there. Even though a lot of the search terms on AdWords sound like they're crazy expensive, I would still say experiment a little bit, because you'll find one or two keywords that you'll be able to drive customers with, and that'll be a really great source of traffic. And you can't find that stuff unless you go out there and go fishing. And
Right.
you don't have to break the bank to do it. You'll know very quickly what's kind of working and what's not working. But don't be intimidated by it. I know a lot of people are intimidated, and paid advertising scares them away because you can lose a lot of money. But go into it thinking, this is an investment. I'm going to see if I can find some keywords that work.
Right.
And
Well, and I think my thing is I'm honestly not that intimidated by it. I just want to make sure when I'm doing it that I'm, watching the right metrics, I think is the
Yep.
key.
It's all about your, use the AdWords conversion tracking and look at your cost per acquisition, right?
Right.
So that cost per acquisition number needs to be lower than your lifetime value number.
Right.
That's really what you need to keep an eye on. There's going to be some loss in AdWords because their tracking isn't perfect. So they might say that you got 10 conversions, but you might actually kind of get the sense that, hey, I probably got 15 conversions or
I've already felt that in some of the Facebook stuff I've done.
Yes, so you kind of have to give a little bit of slippage to some of those numbers, and unfortunately there is kind of an art to making sure that your paid stuff is profitable, but you'll get the sense of it. And
Right.
But yeah, I would drive people through your free funnel. I think you have a good process here, and I guess one last thing. I think maybe what you could do, I don't know, I'm torn about this. I think some of the font is a little big in some areas. I think you could reduce some of the white space a little bit.
Okay.
So that it's just a little bit tighter.
Okay.
In some places. I do like the layout, and I think it's really great. Just I think like the testimonials the font could maybe be, well, I'm not sure. I think maybe I just think it's the images are small and the text is
Yeah,
big.
the headshot images.
Yeah. But it's these little details that will bring, if you go over your entire site with that perspective of making sure everything is realistic, and conveying the exact imagery that you want, I think it'll really kick things up a notch.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I think, I think coming into this, my thing was, oh, I've got to change, the title and this and stuff like that. But I hadn't really thought about, and you're right about how concrete it needs to be. It needs to be, again, I think like what you had said, they need to be able to feel like they can touch it, touch it and feel it in their hands.
Yeah.
And right now it's definitely not that. So.
Yeah. Because once you get people that free education, like you said, then they're going to sign up for your trading alerts, and they're going to sign up for the nightly video reviews. That's kind of your money maker right there.
Right.
But you have to make it a little bit more simpler, right? Simple and concrete. Okay, I can sign up for this. This is a free course on options trading, and that I think that'll go a long way. I really do.
Okay. No, I agree with you. I think that makes, it makes a lot of sense. Like we talked about, it's like I remember that image still to this day because it obviously made that big of an impression. So
yeah,
got to make a bigger impression.
Look at this. I just clicked on your courses. I'm on free options trading course.
Mm-hmm.
Is this kind of the basics? One of the basics course?
Yeah, like these are all the different courses you can get in there. So that was the concept is, hey, here's the different courses that are in there. It's nothing different than what's inside the video tutorials section. It's just laid out so that they can click through here because most people click on that course button at the top.
So this is great, and this is the first time I'm seeing this. I think I might have clicked on it before, but this, I like the ABC options basics,
right?
Entries and exits, bullish strategies, bearish,
so
portfolio. This is fantastic stuff. And then you have this great social proof line: join more than 23,000 traders.
Yeah,
that's great. Start the free course, but I wouldn't have seen that unless I clicked the courses link.
Right. So now what this page looks like inside the membership area, I just sent it to you, so I don't know if you clicked on that. But this page inside the membership area, this is like our content library, which has all these different sections where they can then click to the lessons.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So is this the kind of look that you were talking about?
Yeah. I would put this on the homepage. This is really, that's what I was saying about kind of the tiles and, this is what I was looking for. So you've already done it. You just need to put it in a place that's not buried under a click.
Gotcha.
Because remember, only 5% of people are going to click that courses link.
Right.
So you've scalpeled out all this great concrete stuff that I can learn. Portfolio management. Oh, pricing and volatility. Professional trading. Mindset is everything. Case study. This stuff is gold.
Okay.
And it's
buried.
It's buried, And if I saw that, on your homepage, all of a sudden, like, wow, now it really comes to life. I would probably put that.
So just a quick question then, and I totally agree with that. So if I put this on my homepage, would I then have view lessons? Would that go to the sign up page? Like all of these different buttons for a view lesson would go to the sign up page?
Yeah, you could do that. Sure.
Is that what you're saying? Or would that be where it goes to or would I even put even more detail in here of the actual lessons? Because I could list out every single lesson that would be in there.
Yeah, look at all this content you're giving away. It's amazing. You know what I would maybe do is I would turn... Yeah, this is incredible. So I would turn your table of contents pages.
Mm-hmm.
I would maybe put those in a modal, right? Because you have all this, I'm looking at options basics.
Right.
And it has the ABC, and then you have all the videos. So I would put that in a modal. So when they click View Lessons, a modal pops up, and they can scroll through all the stuff. So if I land on your homepage, and I can see this stuff, now I'm like, holy cow, I'm going to learn a tremendous amount of stuff for free.
Right.
And now you've made it that much more concrete. I mean, this is what I was looking for.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you've already done it, but you need to put it front and center, because it's of tremendous value, and people would be crazy not to sign up.
Okay.
Because it looks great. It looks fantastic. And now that I see all this stuff, portfolio management, I can view all these lessons. See, now at the end of these tiles, then you can have a nice div with, I'm picturing like an image on the left of what we were talking about, where you have the DSLR nice shot with somebody using a laptop with options, or option alpha on the screen, and then to the right of that it says, sign up for free, or become a member, and then you have that nice, clear, concrete call to action. Yeah.
Right. Gotcha. And that would be like the whole bottom would be like a nice image with like, kind of an overlay type thing.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I would get, this picture of you. It's a little blurry.
Yeah, I know it's.
It kind of looks like a LinkedIn,
Yeah.
or not. It's kind of get a really high resolution, crisp shot of you, sitting behind your trading screens.
Right.
And really, really amp up the professionalism, but
right.
Your hero section needs to feel human, right? You don't like when people land on a page and it doesn't have a human feel. It kind of shuts people down a little bit. It's a little cold.
Right.
So pictures of people in environments, you almost want it to feel more like television, where you're watching a show, or you're seeing something real, or you're seeing a scene play out. You're seeing somebody using optionalpha.com, and
right.
There's a huge trend with video backgrounds.
Right.
Right, and video backgrounds can really bring a site to life. I think there's one, if you go to uberconference.com. Go there and check out their landing page.
Okay.
Right, so you kind of have this black and white video of people being frustrated at their conference calling software dropping.
Right.
Which is something we've all experienced, and they're bringing it to life in a very human and relatable way. But it gives a sense of reality to this page. I mean, this clearly is a company that went out there and spent some money to produce this video, to give the sense of empathy and humor to their product or service. And that little bit of extra effort separates them from some other,
software,
conference software. You go there and they have a picture of a phone and it's like, join now, and it's like, whatever. This little extra bit of effort elevates their marketing to a point where you feel it's almost like an unspoken respect, or there's a feeling that like, hey, these guys, this is a real professional.
Yeah, they understand, they get it.
Yeah, and they're you don't have entry-level players putting this much effort into their marketing, and that little bit of extra effort, it's not that hard, but it'll bring that realism factor way up, and then you start to look that much different from kind of the other competitors in the space.
Gotcha. No, I get it. And I do think that they also integrate a little bit of that flat design, which I do like. So
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. I mean, you can integrate the
Yeah.
flat stuff with reality.
right.
Actually, this is a good example. So if you scroll down, right, you can kind of see how, it's very producty. It's like there's a couple of screenshots. You can kind of scroll down.
Right through the actual like like they can show you the screen with the image and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not the greatest, but it's kind of what we were talking about. And then when you get to the bottom, there's a clear call to action. Sign up for Uber Conference today. And you have that, but I think that form with maybe I'd probably put the form on the right and a photo on the left. And
Right. Yeah, just eliminate the friction of having to click through to the next section.
yeah, exactly.
Yep. I got it. Cool. Gotcha.
Kirk, man, you're doing great. You're doing phenomenal, and I really enjoyed this call. And
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Keep in touch. I want to see some updates, and I hope this has been helpful.
It definitely has, man. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for all your help.
Yeah. All right. Great. We'll talk soon.
Thanks.